So, this question has no real logic to it. This is my first video on a subject that is refuting claims, so I hope it goes well. Well, the first video in a while. So, this claim has been built up by Muslims to prove Jesus or Isa is a Muslim. But let's backtrack a bit to some claims about that idea. You may hear this. People are born Muslim. Just let that settle in. Muslims have been defined to be a Semitic to a god. But is that even a good claim? Well, let us look at two ideas relating to this. The first one involves that a baby can submit to Allah. Just let that settle in. Muslims have been defined to be a Semitic to a god. But is that even a good claim? Well, let us look at two ideas relating to this. The first one involves that a baby can submit to Allah, and the next one is that all religions are Muslim. Well, are composed of Muslims. The first idea makes the assumption that babies can think at birth, and therefore are Muslim. But that is just blatantly false. The same argument could be made for babies being atheist, but the truth is that it is inconclusive if a baby doesn't think at a level of maturity to decide, unless the baby has some 300 IQ and reads at 1, though I doubt that the baby would be considered either. Next, the thought of all religions having Muslims doesn't make any sense. Muhammad makes clear distinctions between Muslims and other religions in a plethora of verses. Let's take Isaiah 98:6. Those who disbelieve among the people of the book and the idolaters will have the fire of hell there to remain. They are the worst of creatures. Now, take Surah 3:110. Believers, you are the best community singled out for people you order what is right, forbid what is wrong, and believe in God, or Allah. If the people of the book had also believed, it would have been better for them, for although some of them do believe, most of them are lawbreakers. If you noticed, one set of people is stated to be the greatest nation of people to ever live, while the Jews, Christians, and idolaters are the worst of not only nations, but of all created beings. Worse than dogs, worse than pigs, worse than criminals, you name it. Plus, there are pillars that Muslims must follow, so if you can find something that shows that Christians or Jews say that Muhammad is Allah's messenger, then they could be considered Muslim. If you can get a recording of a baby saying that, then they're Muslim. But that's the nuisance of this idea. Now, let's go back to the claim that Jesus was a Muslim. What evidence is there? The only piece of evidence Muslims can trust in is how Jesus prayed before his crucifixion. Matthew 26:39. And he went a little further, and fell onto his face, and prayed, saying, O my Father, if it be possible, let this cup pass from me. Nevertheless, not as I will, but as thou wilt. With the absence of the contradiction on Jesus being the Son of God in that sentence, Jesus is believed to be Muslim based on how he prayed one time. But the counterexample is very simple. Jesus prayed differently on the cross. Do you remember? Luke 23:34. Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do. He didn't kneel and prostrate, but prayed lovingly on a cross for people that hated him. Also, there is no record of him praying 5 times a day or saying that Muhammad is Allah's messenger. It just doesn't make any sense. I mean, there's even an issue with only involving Muhammad in that statement because there are tons of prophets before him. So it seems like it's more centralized towards Muhammad, but this can only conclude that Jesus was not Muslim, even if previous claims weren't refuted. Thank you for watching. God bless you. See you in the next video.